Hello everyone, Marcus here. Welcome to Tesla Simplified. Today we're going to compare the newest Tesla Model Y to the 2023 VW ID4 built in Tennessee. This is part 2 of this series, so please make sure to click the like and subscribe buttons below to help the channel and to make sure you don't miss future videos. My goal is to inform. It doesn't matter which of these cars you decide to buy. Everyone is different and have different needs, wants, likes, and dislikes. Let's get into it. So in the first video, we talked about price and things like that. Today, we're going to talk about performance and safety. Performance. The Tesla Model Y goes 0 to 60. Tesla Model Y long range, all-wheel drive, goes from 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. The VW ID4 does the same in 5.4 seconds. Obviously, this doesn't apply to a lot of people. 5.4 is plenty fast. And if you're comparing it to your regular gas cars usually take between 7 and 8 seconds to go from 0 to 60. So it'll be fast. Tesla has 384 horsepower. The VW ID4 all-wheel drive Pro S has 295 horsepower with a top speed of 112 miles an hour. The Model Y is 135 miles an hour. Safety. They're pretty close with safety features, but the Model Y gets a better rating for safety overall. But let's just go through the features. Emergency brake, they both have it. Dynamic brake support, the Tesla Model Y has it. The ID4 does not. For people who don't know, the dynamic brake support is when you press the brakes, and if you don't put enough pressure on the brakes, the computer will take over and apply more pressure. That's what dynamic brake support is. Next will be anti-lock brakes. They both have it. Drive assist, they have it. Rollover risk, they're both low rollover risks because being an electric car, the weight being in majority of the weight of the car being in the battery, and it's a low center of gravity, so they both get a good score on that. Auto emergency brake, they both have it. Forward collision warning, seatbelt pretensioner, they have it. Blind spot collision warning, they both have it. Lane departure assist, they both have it. Number of airbags, the Tesla gets a little bit better score here. Tesla has 7 airbags, and the VW ID4 has 6. It does not have the knee airbag. Pin to drive. So pin to drive is the Tesla has it, and the ID4 does not. Now, let me explain what pin to drive is. Every time you get in the car, just like your cell phone, in order to put the car into drive, you have to put in a pin, a 4-digit pin. And the reason this is under safety for me is because sometimes your kids may get in your car and they could get it going. If you leave your phone in your car, if you forget your phone in your car and your kids go in there to play, you may not see it. They could get the car rolling. With the pin to drive, that won't happen. So to me, that's a safety feature. Also, if both of these cars have a phone as key, and especially when you're first using phone as key in a car, you may forget your phone in there. And if somebody just walks up to the car, they can just open the door. If you leave your phone in there, depending on your settings, and they'll just be able to take your car. With pin to drive, they won't. So they may take your phone, but they won't take the car. So to me, that's a must. I really like this feature. Next thing is speed limit lock. So if you have a teenager borrowing your car, your your son or daughter, you can limit the speed that the car goes, and the Tesla has it. The ID.4 does not. Um, you can even do this over the app. So if your kid leaves and you didn't set it up with a lock, with a speed lock, you can just go on your phone and reduce the speed to whatever speed you want to allow him or her to drive. Park assist sensors. Now Tesla just removed these, the traditional sensors from their cars. The ultrasonic sensors. They are now using their visual system as the park assist sensors. We don't really know how well it works for now, but people think that it'll be just fine. Moving on to tires. So neither one of these cars have a um, a spare tire. Most modern cars today do not come with spare tires. BMW don't, and Mercedes don't. So they don't come with them. So you get 50 miles of free towing as long as you have the tires from the factory, or as long as you continue to buy tires from VW or from Tesla. Um, let's see now. Walkaway door locks and windows. It's nice to have. You set it up on the computer, and when you walk away, it locks the doors, closes any windows. Tesla has that. The ID.4 does not. Car left open notifications on your cell phone. Tesla has it. ID.4 does not. Road speed limit sign display. It'll show what the speed limit of the road that you're on your dashboard. They both have it. Over the speed limit chime. I mean, I love this. This is a warning that you're going over the speed limit, and you can set it up to whatever speed you want. Meaning, if you're comfortable going at 60 on a 55, then you can just increase it, offset by 5 miles, and it'll go off at 60 or 65 or whatever you're comfortable with. For me, that's great because nowadays they have so many speeding cameras all over town, and the speed limit was dropped from 30 to 25 not too long ago. So for me, it's great to get a chime saying that I'm going over the speed limit. Probably saved me a lot of money. And the Tesla has that. The ID.4 does not. Collision warning chime. They both have it. Obstacle aware acceleration limiter. This is when the car, sometimes when you're parked somewhere, you mean to put the car in reverse and back out. Some people make the mistake and they put it in drive instead. They press the accelerator and they go into a store sometimes. This is meant to limit the amount of damage that you will make. The car doesn't really stop you from moving forward, but it'll limit the speed that you move forward. So if you make a mistake and you think you're pressing the brakes and you're pressing the accelerator, that kind of thing, the car will limit the speed and hopefully will limit the damage that can be done in that situation. Acceleration modes. Now Tesla has 2 acceleration modes. The VW has different, sport mode, things like that, which is more or less the same thing. So they both have it. auto apply brakes when battery is cold or fully charged instead of regen. Now the Model Y has this. This is actually brand new. The ID.4 does not. So what does this mean exactly? So when your battery is cold, if you live in a cold climate and your car is sitting outside, your battery is really cold, and when you start driving the car, and because you don't really use your brakes, when you pull your foot off the accelerator, the car is supposed to slow down. Normally it does, but if the battery is cold, that won't happen. The car will continue to go forward, or maybe slow down slightly. That means you have to press on the brakes. But obviously, this is not a good thing. People get caught off guard with this, even though it says on the dashboard the battery's cold, it won't have any regen, things like that. Especially if you're a new driver, you may have a problem and cause an accident. So the computer will now apply the brakes if the battery is cold and you take your foot off the accelerator. So the Tesla has this, the ID.4 doesn't. Valet mode, it'll limit a whole bunch of things in your car. It'll lock the glove box. It'll limit the speed that the car can go on. Can go. It'll not allow them to open the trunk and the frunk, things like that. So a whole bunch of settings gets changed when you put it in valet mode for the Tesla. The VW doesn't have any of that. A feature that I like is a mirror auto dim. So this is when somebody comes up behind you and their lights are in your face, hitting the mirrors and then in your face. The mirrors will automatically dim. All three mirrors on a Tesla will dim slightly. The ID.4, only the interior mirror will dim. The outside two mirrors will not. Cabin overheat protection. That's a nice feature to have if you live in a warm climate and you don't want to come into your car that's super hot. Usually, 110, 115, even more. So the car would maintain the temperature that you set it for, and I believe you can do 90, 95, 100, something like that. And you can tell the car that either you can use the AC or just a fan. So that's what it's supposed to do. The Tesla has it, and the ID.4 does not have it. Obviously, this uses electricity, so some people may not want to use it at all. Not a big deal. You can. It's fine if you don't use it. The car's fine if you don't use it. Now, one good thing about this that I like a lot is if you're a tired parent of a new baby, and you know that a lot of babies die in cars. So this is in my view, a safety feature. It's not meant as a safety feature, but it would help to just leave that on when you have young babies and keep the temperature, have the AC on and keep the temperature at 90. So if you do ever make a mistake, the car will not get very hot. Obviously, this is not meant as a safety feature, but I would keep it, and just to help. Text message reader. Tesla has a very good message reader in the car, and the ID.4 has it with CarPlay or Android Auto. So let's see. So I think that's enough for today. We're going to do the third one. So thank you for watching, liking, subscribing. Till next time.